And good morning, gamers. It is time for yet another episode of Sean's Picks of the Week, where I take in all of Sean's picks of the day over the past week, and I give you a full-on video recap so that you can kind of just get it all in one place. As is always the case, I pick a topic and turn it into a theme, or pick an idea and turn it into a theme. This week's theme, inspired by the folks who work at Sergeant Nerd Games, specifically John Beatty, submitted to me that they'd like to see Banes picked, and Banes is a support product that works really well for what I'm calling Game Master Toolbox Week. So any nominated designer, John Beatty, who was nominated for the really cool Adventure Cakewalk, put this one together. It's a system-agnostic guide to adding vulnerabilities and otherwise non-invulnerable and very tough monsters and foes. It's a way to make combat about figuring out how to take down the baddie by paying attention to clues presented both before and during the combat. This is kind of the thing anybody wanting to run a supernatural-flavored campaign where the heroes have to study the lore to figure out how to win an unwinnable fight will want in their toolbox. Yeah, it's kind of a cool idea. You go through and you can either pick at random or just sort of figure out which one makes the most sense and build a monster out of it so that, you can make it crazy invulnerable. Like if you were doing Savage Worlds, you would give it invulnerable where it can't be more than shaken by any other attack. And the players have to do the investigation and pick up the clues as to figure out how to take that particular monster down. So this is a great book for anyone running games with monsters, horror, fantasy, modern-day supernatural, what have you. And again, a really good book to have in the old Game Master Toolbox. Sticking with that theme, the next day I picked the Sprawl Mission Files. Now this is specifically for the Sprawl Cyberpunk RPG. Game is coming up, but you had to deal with a sick kid, an overdue work project, and then that flat tire. You had to cancel last week, so you really don't want to cancel again, but wait, let's crack open that Mission Files book and grab something out of it. It's okay that I'm running Modern Age and not Apocalypse World Engine. The concepts will translate just fine. This is a great product for Game Master Toolbox Week, and when cyberpunk, modern, postmodern era stuff can make this work. So yeah, it's just a book of missions. You pile it open, or you pop it open, and again, it doesn't really matter what the game mechanics you're using are. It gives you the foundation for a throw them in and get them into a mission kind of thing. So useful there. Moving on to Wednesday, Baron Kinsman and his world-building prompts. Dancing Light Press has a huge number of products that fit into the Game Master Toolbox Week theme, including the one I picked for you today. On Wednesday, called World Building Prompts. Baron Kinsman is a master of this kind of guide. As you're contemplating a new campaign or even the larger idea of building a world for long-term gaming projects and possibly even sharing or selling, this is a solid guide to focus your thinking and help prompt you in the right directions to get things done effectively and efficiently. This isn't just useful for game masters, by the way. This and a number of their products are also meant for LARP people, for authors, comic creators, and stuff like that. So this is part of their Forgers Guild guide, and there's a lot of books that are in that particular in that line that will be very helpful. And again, Baron Kinsman writes a bunch of stuff like that, and he's pretty well known for it. Thursday, we go to Azukale Games and 100 NPCs you might meet at the Tavern. That's really its title right there, you can see. And it's one of several companies, Azukale Games is, that publish lots of books intended specifically to make the GM's life easier and their campaigns more interesting. 100 NPCs you might meet at the Tavern is exactly what it says, a set of 100 interesting and distinct people a hero might encounter, drink with, get information from, or wind up in a proper brawl with at a place of drink and revelry. There's a lot of Tavern and drinks related books from this outfit. They're probably a lot of fun to hang out with cons, including 100 Fantasy Drinks, Fantasy Beer Names, and Grosk's Tavern. Finally, today's pick is from our house, Evil Beagle Games. I couldn't do a Game Master Toolbox Week without mentioning Michael Serbuck's Presents and that line of stuff from Evil Beagle Games. City Discoveries is for 5th edition. It's a Sol's treatise on what hanging out in a town is like for fantasy adventures. The book's primary function, however, is a huge random table of things to see, do, or escape from while wandering the streets of any town or city. Like everything else, the Professor, that's our nickname for Michael, creates for this line. It's a fantastic resource to have on hand if you're a GM. Collection of encounters for player characters to interact with while traveling about a city. So again, this, and along with the rest of the Michael Serbuck's Presents line, and actually Cities of Wonder from Bill Keys is another solid line of stuff that you just want to have on hand. It's like, hey, I need a town. Boom, grab one of the cities of wonder and throw it in. We do a lot of that kind of stuff. Our Savagely Useful line also fulfills the Game Master Toolbox theme really well. So anyway, there it is, your Game Master's Toolbox week for the picks of the week. And as always, I appreciate the support. In the in the description section below this video, you will see all the links. And if you do hit those links and buy anything, you are helping put kibble in my dog's bowl, because those are affiliate links and I get a little bit of the income, which is, kind of how I do this and why I do this. So thanks for the support, and we will see you next week. Hope you have some great gaming planned. Happy gaming, and peace out.